Elon Musk is an innovative entrepreneur. His vision is to establish a human colony on Mars, which was the fascinating topic of his latest interview with podcast host Lex Friedman. As you all know, Musk is the CEO of both SpaceX and Tesla, and he made it no secret that he wanted to get people to Mars, and not just to orbit the planet, but actually land on it, which has never been done before. SpaceX has been captivating the world with their ambitious plans to colonize Mars. Elon Musk has repeatedly claimed that he will build a self-sustaining city on Mars for future generations. He is known for proposing an overly ambitious timeline in SpaceX's first Martian mission. He has recently re-unveiled the timeline plan for getting people to Mars. In this video, I'm going to show you what Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX, revealed during an interview, how his company is aiming to take people to Mars in the next 10 years. In the latest interview with Elon Musk, podcast host Lex Friedman asked him how long it would take for SpaceX to land a human on Mars. Musk ended up offering some suggestions on the timeline. Musk said SpaceX's Starship crewed rocket mission could take 5.5 years to land on the red planet. He remarked that SpaceX would send humans to Mars on its Starship in the worst-case scenario in 10 years. Musk even applauded on Twitter, saying Friedman had been asking great questions. This is not the first time Musk has hinted at such a timetable for the landing of humans on Mars. Elon Musk had made this bold claim in several interviews, but recently he stated that he is absolutely certain his company will send people to Mars. SpaceX is currently building a spacecraft that can carry at least 100 people to Mars. This may sound like science fiction, but it's becoming an increasingly feasible option for space travel. Stay tuned to this video if you want to learn more about this exciting mission and what Musk has said in his latest interview. If you are new to my channel, subscribe for more exciting videos on Elon Musk's plans for Mars missions and SpaceX launches. Musk has said several times that he is confident there will be a city of 1 million people on Mars by 2050, delivered by 1,000 spacecraft proposed by his company SpaceX, and he plans to launch up to 3 rockets a day. So now you all know that Elon Musk is confident that SpaceX will send humans to Mars, at worst, preferably faster in 10 years. According to Musk, we need a backup drive for humanity just in case something goes wrong. He has long argued that humans must establish a permanent, self-sufficient presence on Mars if planet Earth becomes uninhabitable as a result of something like nuclear war or the impact of an asteroid. He humorously replied to one of the tweets saying, "If only they had spaceships, they'd still be around." And you know what? He might be right. We have nuclear weapons that are well capable of wiping out a significant portion of our world population. The threat of war still exists, and we need something to get us through it. He wants to reach his goal as quickly as possible to keep Mars stable before Earth becomes inhabitable in the future in about 500 million years. He also tweeted a month back on December 10, "Wow, only 3 weeks to 2022. What will 2032 be like? Seems so futuristic. Will we be on Mars?" Elon Musk is fully ready to send people to Mars in the next decade. He said that the first Starship orbital launch, which he called a very deep spacecraft that is moving very quickly, will take place in January or possibly February, and the launch might get followed by 10 or more launches before the end of 2022. He said Starship could be fully operational by 2023 if development and testing are successful. Last January, a year back, in a series of tweets, Elon Musk shared his goal of building 1,000 interstellar spacecraft rockets and launching 3 rockets a day in order to send 1 million people to Mars by 2050. According to SpaceX, Starship is a combined spacecraft and super heavy rocket capable of putting 100 passengers and 100 tons of cargo into orbit. The fully reusable rocket will transport people and cargo to Mars. While the company will use its own rockets for this mission, it will also use the Falcon 9 rockets that are currently being used to transport satellites into space. The company is working on a rocket that can take people to the red planet and back at a reasonable price. Musk went on to say that the SpaceX spaceships will be able to fly people back and forth from anywhere on Earth to anywhere on Mars in just half an hour, and it won't be just a one-way trip. Once they get there, the spaceships will land and wait for the next flight out. Musk also tweeted earlier this year, "Make life multiplanetary," hinting that SpaceX is aiming to land spacecraft on Mars. This isn't the first time Musk has hinted at a timeline for human colonization of Mars. In a previous interview with Time magazine, Musk introduced a timeline for human colonization of Mars for the first time. So you can see that this isn't the first time Musk has hinted at such a timeline for a human landing on Mars. But it seems that the timeline to reach Mars has become a little more realistic since back then. Musk said the first ever landing on Mars should be different from landing on the Moon in 1969. Elon Musk said he intends to send SpaceX's first spacecraft to Mars this year, 2022, and it will be the biggest and most complicated space project attempted in human history. A lot has to happen between now and then, but SpaceX is going full speed ahead with the preparation. Over the next 5 years, it will be followed by sending humans to Mars. He even plans to visit space in person within the next 5 years, and believes SpaceX will launch the mission to Mars before 2025. Elon Musk has said that he plans for a permanent human settlement on Mars. He says that this endeavor will be like moving to another country, and will require a thriving industry and millions of people. It's an exciting time to dream about the future of humanity and space exploration, as well as the role that technology will play in it. Musk also tweeted earlier in 2021 that SpaceX aims to land a spacecraft on Mars by 2030, adding that the real tricky part will be building the first autonomous base. I believe colonies on Mars are on the horizon, but more feasible between 2040 and 2050. Currently, the travel time is 6 months to get to Mars, but Musk thinks it can be shortened to 1 month or maybe less. He has also introduced his plan to build a new nuclear starship for shortening space travel time. A new nuclear starship is under development by SpaceX, and it's going to change space exploration as we know it. The new starship of SpaceX will take you to Mars in just a couple of hours. The development of a nuclear electric propulsion (NEP) system is the next step toward making long-distance missions with humans possible in space. A new nuclear-powered ship is a next-generation ship that could travel at speeds of up to 100 times faster than current spaceships. This is great news for space fans, and also for those who want to live on Mars one day. However, some major obstacles need to be overcome before this can become a reality. For example, current rockets are not able to transport humans, they only send supplies to space stations. Also, it takes about 6 months to travel between Earth and Mars. SpaceX has a list of things to do before they can start colonizing, some of which include building a communications network, landing a space station, and figuring out how to get hydrogen from water. The topic has been widely discussed, from the theoretical to the practical. Still, many things need to be considered before we can even think about a manned mission to Mars, but it is always interesting for space enthusiasts like us. So what are your thoughts on life on Mars? Do you believe that Elon Musk will be able to fulfill his mission to Mars by the next 5 years? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more interesting videos on the latest updates on space exploration, launches, and technologies, hit that bell icon and subscribe to my YouTube channel now. I will see you in my next video.